Hello everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different that I don't normally put a whole lot on my channel, and that is benchmarks. Now, why am I choosing to put up the Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward benchmark? Well, to be honest, I'm starting to look to maybe start playing that again. I played Final Fantasy XIV back in 1.0, back when the game was a shit show. Pardon the words, but it was. And I've heard a lot of people say, you know, it's gotten a lot better since then, and you should totally start playing it again. And, well, I want to, so here we are. This was on maximum settings as detailed down there in DirectX 11. My processor is overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. I don't know if that takes into account in the benchmark or not. And no, this is not live. This is post-commentary, and this was recorded with Shadowplay, I want to say. So I kind of get the first few seconds kind of got cut off there, but yeah, if anybody out there wants to play some Final Fantasy XIV, by all means, tell me what server to start up on. I haven't actually started up yet. I'm actually in the process of downloading the client as we speak, or as I speak in this case. And I have no idea what's changed or whatnot. And from what I remember, 7,000 was a pretty high score. I think this time I get upwards of like 8,300, and this is on a 780 superclocked EVGA. Mind you, I did my own personal overclock. I don't know why I even got the EVGA overclock, but I did. I guess in case I was lazy, which I wasn't. But yeah, the other reason I'm doing this benchmark is it's a special occasion because this is my 60,000 viewer special. So to all my subscribers out there, thank you very much. You know, this channel's come a long way thanks to you, and I can't thank you enough. Honestly, it's surpassed my expectations. I'm getting like 55, almost 6,000 views a month. Compared back to when I used to get one a week, yeah, I'm ecstatic right now, so thank you guys very much. You know, the funny part is, now that I'm watching this all over again, is I realize, like half these effects, I'm not even going to have on at the time. Like, the reflection in the water, the shadow quality, all this is on maximum, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna turn these down to low anyway. I guess it's nice to know I could play the game on extreme if I so wished it. I'm just gonna have to start thinking about what class or what roles I want to fill. Because I'm the type of player in an MMO that if I dedicate myself to a role like tanking or healing or DPSing, I will be the best at that role. I will sacrifice all other to get there. Which I'm pretty sure is kind of counterintuitive to Final Fantasy XIV system, where you're supposed to be a jack of all trades, or you can be a jack of all trades. But I don't know if it's viable or not, but of course everybody wants to be DPS. I would like to be a Dragoon, but I have no illusions that if I do turn into a Dragoon or Archer or anything DPS related that I would be able to find a group, you know, within this century. So I guess my best bet would probably be Paladin or Conjurer, or I don't know what I guess White Mage. I was gonna say, I don't know what the healing class is, but I remember Conjurer healed, I thought, in the beginning, like as the Apprentice class or whatever. Fun fact for everybody out there, back then in 1.0, I think I was also running GTX 460s in SLI, and I was not getting the results I wanted at the time. I think I got like 4,500 on the benchmark at that point. So in the back of my head, I always wanted to go back and prove that, you know, my new PC could handle this, and, well, we just passed 4,500, so I'm happy either way. Of course, it better beat it, considering I spent like $700 on this video card compared to the budget SLI from before, but, you know, that's just part of the upgrade. That's just part of the upgrade nature of the beast right there, as far as upgrading goes. The only thing I'm wondering about is, during the big raids, I think there's, what, 8 and 24, man? What in the hell number they came up with that for? I don't know, but, yeah, I think there's a big, you know, raids, and I'm kind of wondering how my setup's going to work on that. Because if anybody's ever played an MMO before, there's a world of difference from questing, like out in the open world, and then going into a big 20 to 40 man raid. You will have a bit more slowdown. I'm just wondering what the impact's going to be with this PC. I don't know, I like thinking about things like that, preparing. you know, mentally for, I'm going to turn down this setting, I'm going to turn down that setting, like this. A big, huge cluster fight, we're going to call it for family reasons. A big cluster of just skills, and it appears it will slow down a little bit, but it's nothing horrific. I don't mind going down to 45 FPS. I don't know what that is, 45, but it looks about 45 just eyeballing it. And yes, I know eyeballing FPS is just a fool's errand. I don't argue otherwise, I just like trying to do it. In case I'm right, I look smart. If I'm wrong, then you can't possibly guess it, so how could I have known, right? It's one of those, you look good if you guess right, and you don't look that bad if you guess wrong moments. You gotta take advantage of those. It should be worth noting, since we just passed the 7,000 mark, I believe that's the highest tier on if you go to the Final Fantasy XIV benchmark, like the official webpage, that's like the highest tier, so, you know, anything above that is, let me see here, quote, easily capable of running the game on the highest settings. You know, generally speaking, you only really need about a 25 to 3500 looking at this, or actually, I guess you only need about 2000 or so, you know, beyond, like, under that, you're getting into the compromising zone. It's not going to look as good. This is just for new players. If you're experienced, I don't know why you're watching a benchmark anyway, but for the new players out there who are actually watching this, those are the numbers you really want to shoot for. You don't need a monster gaming PC like I have. Actually, this thing's getting old, but you don't need a monster PC to be able to play this. You do if you want to turn all the bells and whistles up, but beyond that, yeah, I think it said, like I said, 2000 to 2500 is standard settings, I think it said. Let me go back to the actual page to see here. Capable of running the game on default settings. So, yes. I mean, the game still looks great on default settings, don't get me wrong, you don't need high specs. It's just, you know, extra visual eye candy. We all love eye candy. And I will put the link to the benchmark in the description below for those of you out there who go, well, I think my computer can handle it, but I kind of want to see. You can just download the benchmark, run it. It is a little finicky of a benchmark, but it works just fine, at least for my setup. And you'll be able to see how well your, you know, how well your PC works, or laptop, or whatever you want to game on. But, yep. That's going to be it for today, guys. I'm pretty sure this is the last video, so thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this benchmarking awesomeness that is Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And if you'd like to help support the channel and help it grow, you may wish to like or even subscribe for easier access to future videos. And hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone, until next time.